And I can really see that passion coming through, and you're talking about it, and the smile is coming through, which is so great to see.
Anyone that's in business knows that you have to adapt, and that's what we've done, especially in the 2 years that we've been here. We've just keep elevating that experience.
Hi, thanks for the next episode of The Edge on Whisky. It's Charlie from Charles Edge here. I'm with Shof from Beverage Boutique in Ruislip, which is a lovely boutique bottle shop. So thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers to a dram as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Shof, let's hear a little bit about your background.
I won't bore you to death, but yeah, experience-wise, I used to be a chef. Then I moved away from cooking, then went into the drink side of it. So and how to make cocktails. So yeah, cocktails is my kind of thing, but that kind of then allowed me to understand spirits much better. And in particular, I then found my favorite, which was then whiskey. So lover of whiskey, enjoying the whiskies that I've been trying. As you can see behind me, there's lots of different whiskies that we have. It's really made me understand the differences and understand the flavors, but that's, with the experience of being a chef as well, I can really combine the two together.
So how did your journey lead you to start the Beverage Boutique?
So redundancy, but I won't go too much on that, but it opened up an opportunity to create something different. Bear in mind, Beverage Boutique, we're in the middle of Ruislip, northwest of London, out of the way of the kind of the hustle and bustle of central London, where you find some of the great spirit shops that do spirits and wines and everything else. And I wanted to try and create that kind of concept outside of London, but we wanted to showcase not to just this area, but to kind of a wider area that you can find much more kind of specialty spirits and fine wines that you wouldn't necessarily find in the supermarkets or convenience stores. So whiskies play a huge role into that, and I'd love to say that I have a great collection behind me. This is only half of it. Okay. So, but the beauty is, in terms of Beverage Boutique, is there's nothing more kind of overwhelming when you walk into a supermarket and you go down the alcohol aisle and you're bombarded with hundreds of different brands. And you're narrowed down to one thing, and that's price. Right?
Yeah.
You're not, but you have no understanding of any of the whiskies or any of the spirits or any of the wines out there. So for us here, we are all we're all trained. For starters, we're all bartenders. So which then helps to, therefore we can recommend whoever walks through the door and says, right, I want a great whiskey. Great. This is the collection behind us. Let me talk to you about it and understand the whiskies that you're about to buy. So
that's a little bit what you would say is your USP. You're here, you're knowledgeable, you try and help people on their journey.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. There's nothing better than walking into a store and you're just open to a whole new world of knowledge and understanding. And therefore, when you do try that, when you pop open that kind of bottle and you get to fulfill that whole experience of opening, drinking a dram from your whiskies and understanding what it's all about. That's worth more than anything else.
Quite a maverick idea, I would say. Opening if you come here, it's very, very premium. It feels a mixture between a bar. It's dark, it's moody, but very luxurious. Quite a novel idea, as you said, to bring that premium experience out to the suburbs. How have the locals found it? Have they taken to it?
Everyone that walks in here says, have we just left Ruislip and walked into Soho? And I think, that's a part of the inspiration. It's, collectively we're all Soho bartenders, and also you see that finesse, that quality that you get. We like to, give you that kind of the essence of being in central London, but in the suburbs. And that's what, down to the design, down to the products, everything that we do here, even with our service and our cocktails.
Yeah.
Everything that you have here is giving that full-on experience as you would expect to have in Central London. Yeah, it's showcasing that you don't have to be in the centre of the city in order to receive it. You can have that outside.
Yeah.
That's priceless. And that's the experience you get.
And I can really see that passion coming through, and you're talking about it, and the smile is coming through, which is so great to see. You must be really living that passion through the shop, but it also must have been quite a journey to get here, was it?
Oh yeah, yeah. It wasn't easy.
Yeah,
it wasn't easy. Some very interesting challenges to do what we do. Now we're able to say we're not just a bottle shop; we are also a spirit and cocktail and wine bar as well.
Yeah.
So everything that you see on the shelves, you can come and try as well and buy it by the glass, or have it in a cocktail and actually enjoy that, which then elevates that whole experience and buy that bottle.
Was that a kind of a pivot from the original idea, or was it always going to be part of the concept that you have a bar? If you can't see here, but there's tables and sofas, and there's a little cocktail bar at the back.
I think it wasn't originally a part of the plan. For anyone that's in business knows that you have to adapt to the trends, adapt to make your business work. Right? If one concept doesn't work, don't change it, adapt it, make it better. And that's what we've done, especially in the 2 years that we've been here. We just keep elevating that experience, and that's what's then given us the chance to do drink in and drink out.
Was it ever tempting to waver from those core beliefs of that really top quality experience because maybe things weren't working, or you get some customers that are put off by it, or
you'll always have haters. Yeah. it's a given. Yeah. But generally speaking, 99.9% of our customers that walk into the store are just wowed by what we have and not necessarily price driven or anything like that, because we're showcasing that level of expertise, which then differs us from the huge supermarket brands that we have out there, and all our pricing is competitive. So it's not about the price; it's about understanding what they're buying.
And people are looking for that experience, aren't they?
Oh yeah, 100%. We've seen that since post lockdown. It's all about experiential now. Instead of spending that little bit of money frequently, you're now doing that less, but you're spending that more. And that's what we've seen both sides of the business here. It's you'll get customers that come in here who are happy to spend £100 plus because they're gaining that experience. And that's what we've seen. Plenty of places in London that do the same.
It must be a really great feeling to kind of go on that journey with your customers. So they come in, you introduce them to something they've not had before. Next week, following months, you're almost going on that journey with them.
100%. Yeah, it's that experience from the moment they walk in to the moment they walk out. But it's not just that; it's the continuity of they'll come back again. Like, oh, right, you recommended me this whiskey or this tequila or this wine. I loved it. What are you going to recommend me this? Yeah, and that's the loyalty that we get for our customers.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about whiskey. How are you looking to build your collection? Where do you start? What kind of tastes, preferences, styles are you looking to offer, and how have you gone about that?
Great question. Great question. So the way I like to position our whiskies and how and what I sell here, it's all based on flavor. Like as I said earlier, it's all about me being a chef and the whole flavor aspect. You can look at that in whiskies as well. So a wise man once told me, look at whiskies, especially Scotland. You can break it down into four key areas, which are the 4 key flavors. And you look at sweet, spicy, fruity, and smoky. So you've got sweet from the lowlands, fruity from Speyside, spice from Highlands, and then smoky obviously from Isla, right? Yeah. And then you've got that kind of underrated area of Campbelltown, which is a little bit of a mixture of everything. And knowing that these 4 kind of flavors, I can then pick and choose the best whiskies I think that sit into those categories. Let's use a great example. Lowland whiskey, Glencairn, right? Proper Lowlands whiskey has that really nice sweet kind of vanilla notes to it. Absolutely great whiskey. And it really showcases that flavour. But it's not sweet as in let's add a dump load of sugar. No, it's that kind of that bourbon-esque
vanilla
style.
kind of caramel.
Yeah. And then you go into Speyside. Now, in Speyside there are hundreds of distilleries, and there are there's so many fantastic ones. So going into the Highlands is some wicked Oban, one of my favorites. And then you go into the islands, so the likes of Talisker, these guys are there. Obviously that spicy fieriness, but then you also get this real kind of things. It reminds you of the sea. It's things like that.
So you're trying to build a whiskey collection around the flavour experiences, similar as you said about flavour, the experience of one that's a whole shop. Within the whiskey section, you're looking at flavour, and then as that, you can then maybe look at regionality to help educate people.
Yes, and then pinpoint what kind of whiskies that will suit them.
Do you have a profile? We're in a local area. Is there a profile or a brand that people are going towards, or are you very agnostic?
Yeah, very agnostic at the moment. But at the moment, our everyday customer that walks in, they're looking for something new.
Okay.
Right. Shof, what's new on your list today? What have you got? What's going to give me that wow factor? And whether it may be a blend or maybe a single malt or whatever it may be, and that's where we can we kind of dictate to them. Right, you need to try this.
That's cool.
And that's where we've seen the likes of British whiskies come from nothing to everything. The likes of let's use Bimber as an example.
Not too far from here.
Literally around the corner. Then you've got likes of Lakes Distillery, Cotswolds. These guys, they're all of a sudden just making a name for themselves. So it's we're able to kind of not just dictate, but also to recommend. These are the ones you want to try. And the beauty is that you can not just see it and we just talk about it. You can actually have a grab too.
That's obviously a great thing about a bottle shop, as opposed to an online or a supermarket. You can't try it
exactly
in those places. So, what about indie bottlers? Have you had much success in the shop with indie bottlers?
So, independent bottling is actually I'm a great fan. Okay, reasons for that is that you have some great whiskies out there, right? You whack on their normal label, the price is sky high. Yeah. Right. With an independent bottler's price, it makes the product a lot cheaper. Because there are going to be times where you pick up a bottle and you might see on the shelf it's £1,500. Like, wow, it's ridiculous. But you can get the exact same liquid, for a fraction of the price, and get to still try it. That's what it's all about. It's about tasting the liquid rather than necessarily keeping it as a collector's bottle. And then, there is still that element, but at the same time, whiskey is best to be enjoyed.
Excuse for drinking,
not just staring. You've got to try the liquid, and so that's where that comes. It comes in handy, but then also with independent bottlers that they can, guys can create some amazing blends and create some very very unique whiskies, which others won't be doing.
What's interesting, hopefully we'll try tonight at this event, but you were talking about specific styles and flavors from regions, and actually by some of the bottles that we do at Charles Edge with the single casks are from a region, but the flavour is very different to what you might expect.
Interesting.
Because it's a single cask and it's not influenced by blending any other cask within the distillery. So that's also something quite interesting. What do you think is the future of whiskey? Have you seen trends? Are there things that you want to see? Where do you think it's going?
The next trend, I think it's the new age trend. If you think about whiskies in general, it's that mindset of it's the old man's tipple. And I think
we're still fighting that.
we're still,
aren't we?
yes.
Yeah.
Now, as you can all tell, I'm not old. I'm
No grey hairs yet.
No grey hairs yet. Yes. So in my early 30s. But I think that's the next evolution is actually, whiskies are for the younger generation, obviously over 18. And, but with that, knowing that is actually creating some really cool, versatile whiskies.
Okay.
I think it's the next trend, and blended whiskies can fit that.
Yeah.
Right? It's not, I think we'll start to see, less of your 30-year-olds, your 40-year-olds, 50-year-old whiskies. Yes, they'll still play a major role within the industry as such. But where we see the younger whiskies, which are a bit more palatable for the younger generation.
You say versatile in terms of accessibility, or maybe mixability, or
bit of both. Bit of both. I think it's got to be versatile in terms of drinkability. Whether it's a dram, whether it's mixing a cocktail, or a simple highball. That's the next evolution, and that's where we're going to see the trends happening. And then from that, it's the accessibility side. It's price.
Which is a problem at the moment.
Yeah,
inflation, cost of goods,
duties just going up. We'll start to see a decline in your super premium whiskies and tequilas and vodkas and gins, but we'll see a rise in your more accessible, not necessarily cheaper, but in terms of there are some great whiskies at an affordable price.
How are you trying to bring the younger drinkers into the category?
All through advocacy.
Yeah.
It's just teaching them how to understand whiskies and breaking that fear more than anything else. But breaking that fear by not just saying, right, here's a dram, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Actually, mix it with something. Yeah. And cocktails, highballs especially. Highballs the most easiest one. We've seen the culture of gin and tonics, but has been going for many years, hundreds of years. And the next thing will be people will be asking not just for a gin and tonic, but actually can have whiskey and ginger is a great example, rather than whiskey and soda. Or Coke. A great one for me is actually the Smoky Cokey.
Okay.
Which is like a 1 in 16 and Coca-Cola.
I have never tried that.
Worth trying. If you've got any smoky whiskies, try it with Coca-Cola. You'll love it. That's completely breaking the rules.
Yeah.
But it's a rule worth breaking.
Okay.
But that's the thing. It's just finding these changes, these trends, and changing them up. So then, therefore, it's suited for the younger man.
And you're all women.
All women. Yes,
that's important.
Yes.
But you're in a great position here to do that. Obviously, because you've got your bar. You cannot just give people a dram, but you can actually
produce them a great drink.
Yeah, produce them a great drink.
Well. And actually, as you said earlier, women, it's actually how whiskies nowadays. It's was always considered as a manly drink, but actually we're starting to see more and more women enjoying whiskies.
We definitely want to see more women in whiskey.
100%.
Enjoying whiskey. So, right, I think it's time for the quick fire round.
Go for it.
So, we've got a list here. What was your aha whiskey where you were like, okay, now I like whiskey. Now I really get it. Do you have one of those?
I think so.
Yeah.
Right. Darwin Winter's Gold.
Winter's Gold. What is your favourite bottle in the shop right now?
Right now, my bottle of Springbank 21.
And you opened it?
No.
What about your favourite bottle at home right now?
Right now, Mortlock 18.
Mortlock 18. Any reason?
It's the old 50cl one, which they don't make anymore, and I literally sit down.
Just
tiny.
Whiskey cocktail.
Old fashioned.
Favorite whiskey for making cocktails with?
Oh, now you're talking. If it's an old fashioned or a whiskey sour, then I would go for something like a Four Roses bourbon.
Favorite distillery or brand?
Favorite distillery or brand? Lakes Distillery.
Interesting. English.
Yeah.
Favorite whiskey bar?
Milroy's.
Milroy's. Which one?
The one in
Soho.
Yeah.
The original.
But to be fair, there's one better.
What? Better Milroy's?
Yeah.
Or better shop?
Better than Milroy's. One place that I'd always go to, and that's the Whisky right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Well, thanks everyone. Hope you found that interesting. It was really great to get Shof's insight into his experience in whiskey, his clear love and passion for the spirit. And if you're in Ruislip or in the London area, please do check out Beverage Boutique. They do lots of events. They do cocktail masterclasses. You can hire the bar, and it's a beautiful space just to come and hang out. So this was really great. Check them out on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram at Beverage Boutique.
At Beverage Boutique.
Also on Facebook and we've got our website.
Yeah. And everything else, all the socials. And if you like this, please do hit like, give us a subscribe, and we'll hopefully bring you some more Mavericks like Shof soon to the channel. Cheers.
Thank you.